Barao has been like a wrecking ball in the division.
Renan Barao has gone nearly a decade without losing a fight. More than 30 opponents in a row have gone down to Renan Barao. That is an incredible number.
Renan Barao is a monster.
He's gone through the best fighters out there, like a hot knife through butter.
Renan Barao, your Uriah Faber. 5 rounds for the UFC Bantamweight Championship.
Barao dominated Faber the first time around, and people were saying because Faber had such an amazing run, his striking had improved so dramatically. This would be a real contest this time. Not a chance. Completely schooled Uriah Faber again.
I don't know if Renan Barao is beatable.
This Barao is up there with John Jones as the best pound for pound in the world right now.
And let's get my boy TJ Dillashaw in here to take care of my dirty work now. If anyone deserves a shot, man, you know, give it to him.
Bantamweight champ Renan Barao attempts to defend his title against Uriah Faber's teammate TJ Dillashaw. MMA legend Dan Henderson meets fellow Olympic wrestler 14-0 Daniel Cormier. And #1 ranked Robbie Lawler looks to get back into title contention as he faces Jake Ellenberger. This is Countdown to UFC 173.
I've always known a title shot for me was on the horizon. As long as I keep performing the way I'm performing, that I was going to get my shot.
For the past 4 years, TJ Dillashaw has called Sacramento and Team Alpha Male home. The team, led by Uriah Faber, boasts an impressive crop of some of the best fighters below 155 pounds. As is the norm for Team Alpha Male fighters, TJ has a strong wrestling base. And today he grinds with #2 UFC flyweight, Joseph Benavidez.
Good, scramble, scramble.
Out of all the martial arts I do these days, wrestling's still that practice you go into and you know it's going to be a grind.
Finish on top, finish on top.
Lance Palmer, he's a 4-time All-American. Joseph, won state in New Mexico. You know, I was a really good D1 wrestler, so we have a very tough room.
1 minute, finish the round on top.
Someone like TJ, who's wrestled his entire life, wrestling at the Division I level, at the highest level, when TJ's in the fights, he doesn't get taken down. He does a great job defending. He does a great job taking guys down.
I don't think Barao has faced anyone like TJ who's going to come after him for 5 rounds. So I think he's going to come away with it.
The stress of a training camp can be daunting at times. So today, TJ takes some time to relax on the river with his fiancée, some alpha male teammates, and his parents, who made the 90-minute drive north from his hometown of Angels Camp, California.
After I graduated college and was done competing with wrestling, you know, I didn't know what I wanted to do.
I think he's going to go back to school to be a physician's assistant, so I'm pretty excited about that.
I honestly was a little bit apprehensive about it. I've known TJ for a very, very long time, and he's always had a drive and a determination that you don't see in most people. I always felt like there was more within him.
Well, should we do this? Ready? We didn't know what we were going to do for our adrenaline rush when TJ was done competing at college. And Uriah recruited him, and he called us one day and says, hey,
I think I'm going to go to Sacramento and try my hand at MMA.
Run away, run away, run away, run away from.
Let's roll, baby.
You know, the first day of practice striking for him was just the day we all got to know TJ. It's him getting in there with Joseph Benavidez. He's getting plugged, and he's got blood coming down his nose, and he's screaming. He's like, come on, come on. And we're all just kind of like watching, like, dude, this guy's nuts.
I think from there, they just kind of knew that even though I didn't have the technique aspect of it, just that I was tough enough to do the sport.
He wants to be the best, and he won't accept anything else. He's the most competitive guy on the team. Drinking a drink, he's going to drink it faster, he's going to get a better seat on the plane. Within the first month that TJ was at the gym, I thought this guy will be a world champion.
Meu filho, todos os meus amigos, só de Natal. Todas as minhas lutas, eu vou fazer meu camp aqui, né? Eu começo lá na minha cidade natal e venho dar continuidade aqui no Rio. Botar a roupa do treino para lavar. Então, eu acho que nossa personalidade tem que ser uma só, independente de ser campeão ou não ser. Então, eu sempre tive meus pés no chão e sempre quis ser a mesma pessoa que eu sempre fui desde o começo. Longe da minha família toda, eu sinto muito. Aqui eu sinto que fico bem mais focado, bem mais à vontade de treinar bastante, mas naquele meu objetivo que eu tenho. Então eu sempre migro para cá, pro Rio de Janeiro, para treinar aos olhos do grande mestre aí, né, que é meu mestre também, André Pederneiros, e toda a galera da Nova União.
Faz, tipo, falei pro Barão, jogo direto, chuta com a mesma perna.
A gente já carrega essa bagagem de treinamento desde a época do jiu-jitsu, de treinar grupos grandes e atletas de alto nível.
Vai, bora que entrou tua mão.
Cara, entre 50 e 60 atletas hoje tinham. O espaço já não é tão grande, né? Então acho que o espaço ser pequeno te obriga a estar com a defesa em dia e o ataque muito em dia.
A gente tá ali sempre trocando golpes ali, acertando um, o outro acertando.
Você obriga o lutador a estar sempre pronto, né, para responder qualquer golpe.
O ritmo de luta é esse, é sempre estar ali em cima, no fight ali, trocando.
Ele tá indo para realmente finalizar a luta, como ele sempre vai.
Espero que saia na porrada lá mesmo, firme e forte. E seja uma das melhores lutas aí que o UFC esteja tendo.
TJ Dillashaw is a young man with tremendous amount of potential. So TJ Dillashaw up to the task here tonight. Aggressive and methodical attack from TJ Dillashaw.
I'm just so competitive that I want to win the fight so bad that I'm always going for the finish. You know, if it's a submission, if it's the knockout, no matter what, I'm going for it.
Lutar com o wrestling, então acho que o cara é bem duro ali, a gente tá fazendo um treinamento bem focado ali.
Esse troca um pouco mais do que os outros wrestlers, mas com certeza o objetivo dele vai ser agarrar e botar no chão. Então é o que a maioria deles estão fazendo, estão trocando, mas o objetivo sempre de derrubar e dar a queda ali.
Muito técnico, muita defesa.
Segurar o braço, segurar o braço e continuar passando.
Acho que todo treino é super valioso. Se acontecer isso, se acontecer aquilo na luta, a gente já tem uma carta na manga para se defender ou atacar.
Although supremely focused in Rio for fight camps, UFC bantamweight champ Renan Barao admits being at home with family 1,600 miles up the coast of Brazil in between camps can cause lapses in concentration.
Da outra vez eu tive um tempo maior de descanso, então eu dei uma relaxada e quando eu voltei um pouco grande, né, um pouco acima do peso.
Já almoçou que horas? Renan está muito bem. Para essa fase da preparação, ele está talvez na melhor forma dele. Você está com 2,5 kg de gordura a menos do que estava em dezembro.
Eu estou super bem, graças a Deus. Eu tô 100%, né? Eu vou estar bem melhor, bem mais preparado do que a última luta.
The day-in, day-out grind of a fight camp can get monotonous, and Renan Barao and his training partners at Norbert Mignal know the importance of occasionally getting outside of the gym's walls for a workout. Today, the beautiful beaches of Rio will be the backdrop for the team's conditioning routine.
Foi treino bem forte, treino bem bom, no sol quente, acho que saí até bronzeado depois. O objetivo é treinar bastante forte e poder manter esse cinturão aí por bastante tempo. Espero que por 10 anos aí, como o nosso amigo Aldo falou, e eu também acho, né, que... O peso que tá em mim que eu não quero que saia mais nunca.
Barao's a dangerous athlete. He comes in to finish fights, but I don't want to overthink what he does. I gotta be ready for a 5-round war. I feel like I'm a better athlete, got better cardio, and I gotta show that. I gotta push the pace and get after it. The reason our team's been so successful is how many good guys we have in the gym. We've always had top contenders, but it's because how tough we push each other.
It's perfect for me and TJ right now. We're both getting ready for the same date.
Just hop forward and back though.
UFC 173, so we're getting to peak, we're getting to train together.
We've been working on a lot of athletic movements, more sport-specific workouts, a bunch of balance, a lot of core. I can tell I'm getting in better shape because the first couple times I came in here, I'd go home and just be dead. Chest is toast. But I leave here feeling good, almost feel stronger than when I got here. And you know, it's when you're making gains. So this is something I started doing since I've created my sport as a profession. I wish I would have done this in wrestling, but I've just gotten really into my diet, my nutrition. This is just an example of everything all blend up. I got some spinach, some kale, banana, celery, tomato. Let's get started here. Some apple juice first. Throw some kale in there. Some spinach. Shake up some celery in there too. Carrots, some tomatoes. Throw some blueberries to it. Melted Greek yogurt. The hemp protein's easy to digest. Since I don't have enough liquid, I'll add some coconut water to it. It's nice to have a cold smoothie. Now let's see the blender do its magic. Little snack in between lunch and dinner. Just drink it straight from the thing. We've had a great team always. You know, we had great athletes, great trainers. But we didn't have anybody that we could sit down and respect as a head coach. You know, we kind of were teaching each other.
Let's pull CrossFit 2.
After it?
Yes, sir. December 2012, Uriah Faber texted me and said, hey, Dwayne, is this still your number? And it was presented the opportunity to come out and be head coach. I was like, you know, hell yeah, this would be perfect. Personally, I've learned so much from the guy. He kind of took me under his wing. I just kind of fell perfectly into his fighting style.
TJ is great at picking up new technique. He's kind of like the teacher's pet with Dwayne. So having Dwayne Ludwig just pour his information into TJ has been awesome. He's just on a different level right now than he was when he first started.
Dwayne's, you know, planning on starting his own academy, moving back home to where he's from and taking his kids and his wife back home and just kind of starting his own brand.
I'm taking out to Colorado to open up my own academy, Ludwig Martial Arts. I've been working for people since I was 15. It's time to work myself now, you know, and just build my own business. It just kind of works out perfectly that it's going to be Dwayne's last time he's coaching Team Alpha Male is going to be my title fight, and we're going to get that belt. So it's definitely a storybook ending for me to, to lead full-time from Team Alpha Male off this title win. So that's just going to be awesome.
This is a team that I've been building for a lot of years, and I'm going to get a lot of satisfaction out of seeing TJ, a guy that was started in our gym, bring home that gold.
Barao's been the reigning champion. He's been winning for the last 9 years. He's been on a crazy win streak, and it takes off some pressure from me. I get to let loose and have some fun and prove the world that I'm a lot better than they think. It's exciting to be the one that's going to shock them, because it's going to happen.
The grind is all about a wrestler and what they go through on a daily basis to compete like a guy in Daniel Cormier.
Daniel Cormier is very special. He's one of those unusual characters who grows when he steps into a fighting arena. Roy Jones Jr. used to do it as a boxer. John Jones does it. Anderson Silva, they look bigger once they step into a fighting arena. Daniel Cormier is that type.
Daniel Cormier had taken himself to basically #2 status in the heavyweight division. The guy that was #1, his teammate, his friend, Cain Velasquez, those two simply were not going to fight. So Daniel Cormier dropped down to the light heavyweight division, where now he has an opportunity to be a UFC champion. His first matchup is going to be with former champ Rashad Evans.
Really close to the fight, about 10 days out, Rashad had to pull out. DC thinks, that's it, I'm not going to get a fight.
And I remember getting the call from Dana, goes, you wanted a fight, I got you one.
I hear about this kid, Patrick Cummins.
Is there truth to you making him cry?
Yeah, absolutely.
Not only have you crossed the line, you've completely put yourself in my crosshairs. You're going to suffer for your words.
Things got very personal. I think we saw an emotionally charged Daniel Cormier.
Oh, he's hurt. Cormier caught him again. Cormier again with the uppercut. Looking to finish the fight. Cummins is in all sorts of trouble. Daniel Cormier finishes Patrick Cummins just like that.
He took care of business quickly and proved that he is a top contender.
Now he just needs that next level of opponent to be able to get to a fight against a guy like John Jones.
.205 is my weight division. I'm going to finish my career in this weight. It's just a perfect fit. It's where I belong. It's where I probably should have been fighting the whole time. I know that I put in the work. I'm committed. I've got the mental. I've got the physical. I really do, honestly, with every fiber of my being, I believe I can be the champion.
Today, DC did his normal day on a sparring day. Ready, DC?
If I am to accomplish my goals of being the world champion, I've got to be better. So every day I come in here with a goal, and that's to get better.
Hit him on the side. So you came in here, did some really good sparring with 3 different sparring partners today. Nice, DC, beautiful combo. Time. He was working on a particular stance that we were working on in movement. I want to see that stance, huh? You do beautifully when you're on that. You do so good with it. If you make that part of your routine, you're going to do so much better. Nice. I like that, DC. Stay like that.
Even being in there with Patrick Cummins, he felt much faster than anybody I'd ever fought before. So I've got to continue to improve my hand speed. Everything in my game, speed-wise and agility-wise, so that I can keep up with these lighter men.
A lot of good things today from everybody. Very happy. Very happy.
For a fighter who spent the first 4 years of his MMA career at heavyweight, perhaps the most unsettling element of the drop in weight was his diet. But after a successful first training camp and weight cut, Cormier's greatest realization is that eating healthy can still be enjoyable.
I made the weight last time, and it was easy because I found a little heavy guy that loves to eat, so he found a way to make food that tastes good. Little Tyson here. So every day after practice, I got to eat fast. And he makes me these meals that he brings to the gym.
The secret to eating good and losing weight is learning about how to get flavor from things that are not fat, things that are not preservatives, things that are not processed foods.
So today, I'm having brown fried rice with carrots, kale, chicken. He even allowed me to have one of these, so a smoothie. That's awesome.
Mixed martial arts royalty. He is one of the most accomplished fighters in the history of the game. Dan Henderson.
Dan Henderson is nailed down Hall of Fame in this sport. Nailed down.
A Pride champion in 2 divisions simultaneously.
He beats the likes of Fedor Emelianenko.
Beautiful escape by Hendo.
Strikeforce champion.
In his first fight with Shogun Rua, is it the fight of the year, the fight of the century?
Shogun is a bloody mess already. Trying to finish it right here. He's hurt. Big shot. Wow.
At 43 years old, still one of the greatest fighters in the sport today. In my mind, Dan Henderson is the best American mixed martial artist we've ever seen.
Of course, the big gap in his resume is the UFC belt.
It's the only belt I don't have right now.
Are we really seeing the best Dan Henderson here in the last few years?
Dan Henderson, like Daniel Cormier, of course, he began as an Olympic wrestler.
The fact that we're seeing 2 Olympic wrestlers go at it in a mixed martial arts fight just goes to show how far this sport has developed in a very short period of time.
And Henderson has paved the way for guys like Daniel Cormier to be able to get into a sport like mixed martial arts and be able to find some success.
He's won everything. He won in Pride. He won in Strikeforce. Dan Henderson's been the model for what I want to be in the sport.
I've been a fan of his since he started and always root for him. And the way he fights, the way he represents the sport, you know, I think he's going to do great things in the sport. But I think he's going to do great things in the sport later after I beat him up.
The real goal is to get back to your feet. Okay? The guy gets back to the feet, he wins, he stays in. Side control and half guard.
Today we focus mostly on get-ups.
Turn, spin out, pull your head out of there. That's it, that's the way.
We know that Daniel's a great takedown expert, and we want to make sure that we're prepared for that. So if he does take Dan down, we want to make sure Dan can pop back up to his feet.
Step on it, come back. Good job, guys. Take a break, get some water, relax.
He's really explosive and he mixes it up really well. And, you know, it's just a matter of defending those takedowns, defending the punches, and punching him in his face.
Go, guys, go!
I kind of was letting him get in tight a couple times and defend takedowns and work up off the bottom. You know, I got a lot of work on that today.
40 seconds, put it in the cage, come on. All right, guys.
You know, we don't want to get to the, you know, the 3rd round and not have enough energy to finish through the fight. So, you know, we're really trying to make sure that we push hard during practice, but then go above and beyond and step it up right at the end of practice to get those long blown out.
Go, guys. 5 minutes. Push. 5 minutes.
I plan on being better than him everywhere in the cage, not just with cardio. You know, I feel good. I'm still able to compete with the top dogs, and you know, I feel like I'm capable of beating them. So until I can't compete at that level, I'm going to keep fighting.
So in his last fight, Dan Henderson gets a rematch of the fight of the year with Shogun Rua.
Henderson looking to finish the fight. Full mount for Shogun. Shogun trying to finish it here. Wow, what a fight.
A lot of people said, holy cow, this may have been the best fight we've ever seen. Dan was able to squeak that one out.
In the rematch, Dan Henderson has all the odds against him. He has to travel to Brazil. There's no air conditioning in the building, and he's got to go into the Lion's Den against Shogun Rua.
I don't know if it was the heat in the arena or what it was, but I just got a real slow start and didn't really even get moving.
Shogun appears to have Hendo on the ropes.
Man, Shogun looked fierce against him in the first 2 rounds.
Oh, huge uppercut lands flush for Shogun.
Of course, you can never count the guy out in a fight.
Hey, let's get in. This is a fight now. Let's make it a fight.
In some ways, he's at his most dangerous when he's in trouble.
Took him to punch me in the face a couple times to wake me up.
Oh, huge right hand from Hendo. Shogun trying to recover. Dan Henderson has done it.
That's what makes Dan Henderson so dangerous. It doesn't matter if he's losing on points. If he's able to land that one right hand, this fight is over.
He got fight of the night and performance of the night. And, you know, it definitely helps, a little bonus for sure, and buy my kids some shoes or something.
Dan Henderson's very dangerous, you know, and as you saw in the Shogun fight, he was losing bad, man, and all it took was one big right hand. I'm excited to test myself against him, though. I really am. Like, initially, I didn't want to fight him, you know, because I kind of idolized the guy. But you know what, man? Once the ink dries on the bout agreement, you just put him in the cage, and I'll go beat him up. At this point in my career, with the skills that I have and with my commitment to getting better, I don't see any reason why I can't win every single fight I'm in. Not many guys go through their careers undefeated. Like, nobody. That's my goal. I don't want to lose ever. Like, I don't want to lose at anything. I want to make weight faster than the guy that I'm fighting if we both go into the sauna at the same time. When we're doing interviews, I want to have quicker wit so that I can make him feel stupid. I want to drink my water faster. And then when we get in the cage, I want to beat him up. I don't think people really, truly understand the extents that I go to try not to lose.
It's impossible to measure the type of mental strength and determination that's required to be an elite wrestler. He has been an elite competitor for well over a decade.
My confidence comes from what I've done. I fought Bigfoot Silva less than 2 years into my mixed martial arts career and knocked him out. I beat Josh Barnett 2 years into my career over the course of 5 rounds.
Strikeforce heavyweight world Grand Prix tournament champion.
Completely shut out Frank Mir, UFC champion. He didn't do hardly anything. He kicked me twice in the whole fight. Roy Nelson barely touched me.
Oh, left hand. Beautiful left hand.
I knocked Patrick Cummins out in the first round. I think my body of work speaks for itself. I haven't really lost any rounds in my career, man. So if anybody deserves a title fight, it's me, this guy right here.
To me, this fight all boils down to whether or not Daniel Cormier is able to stay away from that big right hand. Dan Henderson at all times is dangerous. You have to watch out because one punch can change everything.
His power is a concern, but I'm going to take it away from him. I really do look up to Dan Henderson. I think he's great, but there are some things I know I can do better.
Cormier is so explosive, and the pace and pressure he keeps is what has made him successful.
I can wrestle better than Dan Henderson.
And up and down, and that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. And he can do that basically to anybody he wants.
I'm faster than Dan Henderson.
Oh, left hand. Beautiful left hand.
And I haven't done all the things that he's done in his career. So I think I may be a little hungrier, too, at this point in mine.
Exhale strongly. Let your breath sink. Think about a time when you were totally relaxed. And think about right now, one skill you want to do better today. Notice the execution, the follow-through, and the finish.
Here we go!
Jake Ellenberger's got all the tools to be the champion in the division.
Definitely one of the best guys at 170 pounds and has been for a very long time.
The kid has some dynamite in his hands. Jake Ellenberger finishes the ultra.
I could really care less about the TV and the fame. It's all about that lifetime achievement of becoming a world champion. The more motivation, the more passion you have behind it, which for me, there's no short on that. There's nothing that can stop you.
World champ, here we come, right here. The mind, the body, he's got the skill.
But Ellenberger's quest for a world title was recently put on hold when a partial hamstring tear kept him out of a bout with Tarek Saffiedine in January. For a fighter not accustomed to major setbacks, Jake knew he had to look to a professional who had worked with elite athletes in the past. And he connected with Joe Donahue at Pro Sport Physical Therapy.
Joe came highly recommended. You know, he's worked with a lot of different athletes in a lot of different sports. He's the physical therapist for the Anaheim Ducks.
Started with the basic soft tissue, range of motion kind of thing. Got his pain down, his inflammation down. Nice, Jake. Once we got to about the 8-week mark, we started working on more dynamic kind of things.
Jake, there we go.
We've came a long way, back to, I would say, over 100%. But even in training, I feel more confident in certain movements.
He's been following the protocol perfectly, and he's going to have a great outcome. Perfect. Good. All right.
Feels a lot better. It's interesting to me how much science is involved in this sport. Monitoring your heart rate and knowing where we have to improve and really not repeating some mistakes we've made in the past, especially when it comes to overtraining.
Right here's where you earn your money, man. Right here's where you push yourself. Breathe, believe, battle. Come on, bud. Nice job. Very good. Nice. There it is. Great job, bud.
And I'll be able to see where his heart rate goes, which is important just for me getting feedback as to how much rest I give him, how well he's responding to just the workload and the volume that I'm putting on him, because we're really ramping things up and trying to get him to peak at the right time.
Great work, pal. Every day, every second you get in that position, you just make a choice.
I've been fighting for almost 9 years now, so it's just these little things that are going to continue to help get to the next level, and I'm just looking forward to my chance to become the champ.
Ruthless
Robbie Lawler, how can you not be a fan of Robbie Lawler? A guy that's been fighting since he was a teenager.
Just like that, Lawler ends the fight!
He was a guy who could absolutely destroy you with one punch.
Every punch he throws is to knock you senseless.
This man has lived the life of mixed martial arts, but now I think he's fighting better than ever.
Once he got back to the UFC and he dropped to welterweight, he's a completely different fighter.
That guy could knock out any human being on the planet at 170 pounds.
The victories over Bobby Volker and Josh Koscheck, both by knockout. And then in a fight where most people were looking at Rory McDonald to do a number on him, he does a number on Rory McDonald.
Knocks him down with a combination!
He's kind of become a new person. He didn't used to do much of media. He didn't talk. He didn't do interviews. I think about the time he fell asleep at a pre-fight press conference. I mean, it makes you wonder, you know, how much you're really committed to this game. That's not the same Robbie Lawler we've seen since he's come back to the UFC.
Robbie Lawler's impressive 2013 and resurgence in the sport can partially be attributed to dropping to his natural weight class at 170 pounds. But perhaps the biggest change was when he joined American Top Team, a well-renowned Florida gym with countless UFC fighters that look to push each other to improve day in and day out.
Moving down to Top Team, even though I'm 32, I'm getting so much better. I'm getting stronger. I'm pushing myself. My skills are higher now, just working with different coaches and not just sticking with who I was 5 years ago.
That's it. Score, 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 score.
The coaching's awesome, and they're pushing me to get better, and that's what I'm doing every day.
Today, Robbie hones his wrestling skills with veteran of 21 UFC fights, Gleison Tibau, under the tutelage of Kami Barzini, a lifelong wrestler who coached the Iranian Olympic team in 2004 and 2008, and is now a mainstay at ATT.
So 3 different drills,
Each one is 2-minute goes. It's been proven that wrestling is like a driver's seat in the fight, but you got to put an amount of time in it and be sharp at it.
We're working on drilling techniques, getting your body in shape, working on pushing and pulling so that when you get in a fight, you don't get fatigued.
Jake is a good wrestler. There's going to be time in the fight we have to match that up. But he's not going to be any better than Josh Koscheck or Johnny Hendricks, so we got that part covered.
My wife just came down to take a look at some schools for my son. My career's taken off since I've been down here, so I'm looking to make the move.
Rob's just had so much training here, it's really hard when we're separated, so we all want to be together.
My wife and I were from Iowa, lived there pretty much all our lives, so it's a huge step to come down here and support me.
Especially with having a son now, it's going to be a big change for our family, moving away from family, but kind of putting roots down here because this is where he trains and this is where his career is right now.
It's definitely hard to have my wife leave me. It was short-lived, but I need to get back to training.
Love you. Bye.
One day I might come back, but right now I need a break.
The longtime champion in the UFC's welterweight division, George St. Pierre, decides he's had enough, taking the unprecedented move of giving away his belt. So in order to find a new champion, they put Robbie Lawler against Johnny Hendricks, and we got a heck of a 5-round war.
Oh, hard shot by Hendricks. Johnny Hendricks looks great tonight. And they're standing right next to each other. They've been doing it the whole fight.
It was like a fight in a phone box, and that was the fight that suited Robbie Lawler.
Oh, again, he got hurt. Lawler hurt him. He's hurt bad. Hendricks trying to survive right here.
The whole time, what I was thinking was knock him out. Get in his face and knock him out.
All of a sudden, we've got this fight that's 2 rounds apiece, so everything hinges on that last 5 minutes.
Fifth and final round for the UFC Welterweight Championship of the World.
Coming out for the 5th round, Hendricks thought smart. He knocked him back onto the octagon wall, took him down, and you could see both men knowing what was going on.
Robbie just looked up the clock and he looks disappointed. He's shaking his head.
Smart fight by Hendricks at the end, but Lawler will come again.
It's easy to look back now and look at the things you should have done, but yeah, I should have probably pressed a little bit more and looked to finish. I blame myself. Everything's on me, so it's on me to get better. I worked out that Monday afterwards just because I wanted to get some blood flowing to my muscles, help with recovery, just get my body feeling good again.
He started putting his body through some training lightly, and then he kind of came in here and we got right into it.
I just started picking it up, working out twice a day, and my body felt really good, so I just put my name in to get a fight.
It's testament to Robbie Lawler that he's getting back into the octagon against a guy of the caliber of Jake Ellenberguer so quickly after the Johnny Hendricks fight.
That proves a lot about how determined he is and how committed he is to getting back in a championship fight. And let's be honest here, if Robbie Lawler wins and wins impressively, I think he could very well put himself right back into contender status with a big win here.
I travel a lot here in Southern California. It's just one of those things, another thing you gotta sacrifice.
Let's go.
You gotta drive some distances to work with some of the best guys in the world.
So basically what this is understanding how the nervous system works. There's certain pathways of the body for punches and kicks. When you open up a pathway, the nerve synapses can fire correctly. The hands are quicker. The power's there. And everything just fires correctly.
Yes, perfect, Jake. That looks good.
All right, man. Let's have fun. Let's go. Let's have a fun day.
The road to a world championship is not an easy one. And number 5 ranked Jake Ellenberguer looks for every advantage, whether great or small. For this fight camp alone, He has employed a number of different coaches and therapists. But perhaps most notably is UFC bantamweight champ Ronda Rousey's boxing coach, Edmond Tarverdian.
1, 2, go, go. Two hands low. Go.
I love it. Very good. Working with Edmond, he's so no-nonsense, and that's what I love. He goes, when you start worrying about the clothes you wear or the car you drive, you're not going to be a world champ.
You could touch one. Touch. Now. Yes, Jake.
I'm not going to change his style so much, you know, just going to polish him up a little bit.
Jab. Go. Go. Come on, come on, come on. Legs, legs, legs.
He's a big puncher, but teach him how to play shots better, definitely.
We've been developing a lot of strategy specifically for a southpaw, whether it's defense, head movement, keeping my hand position.
You're thinking too much. Relax, don't think. Relax. Yes, 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 that's boxing. Big difference, good. Robbie, you know, he's tough. If it's going to be on the feet, if it's a trading match, then Jake will know exactly where to trade the punches to get the best of it. But Jake will take the fight where he wants it to be.
I've never been so focused. This is really the year that I've been planning for. I have no doubt there's not anybody in the division that I can't beat, so I'm excited to get back in there and show that.
All right, good. Very good.
I'm not really worried about where this fight puts me. I'm just trying to show what I'm capable of, and the bosses will tell me who to fight next.
When life brings trouble, you can fight or run away.
You really can't look too far into it. Just focus on what I got to do to win this fight and move forward.
I'm coasting.
I would have hoped to get a title shot already. But you know what, man? I'm going to go in there, win my fight, and then just sit on the sidelines and wait for my title shot.
We both hit hard and not afraid to get in there and mix it up. You know, all it takes is one punch.
Eu estou me preparando o máximo possível para poder manter esse cinturão aqui no Brasil e dar grande show lá no dia da luta.
Now I just glide, wind in my sails. I toast to the ocean, she balanced my scales. West coasting.
I get chills thinking about the night when I get that belt, you know.
Life do you act, stay focused.
Getting that belt for Dwayne and for myself is nothing better than that.